Hello everyone and welcome to chapter 2 in our series. In this chapter we're taking a look at level design and creating the mazes and the levels for our game. If you haven't yet downloaded the assets, please make sure you download the project assets right now. Once you've downloaded the assets, you're going to open them up and we're going to import some of them into the project right now. So the aim of this part is to get the maze for our game together. So I'm going to click the import button in my content browser and I'm going to start off with just my wall mesh. Whenever you import a mesh into your game, you're going to get an FBX import options. And there are various options available to you in here, but for now we want to make sure that skeletal mesh is turned off and everything else is as it should be. Click import. You may get some warning messages, but they're totally fine, they're just warnings, you can close that. When you import something, you're going to get the mesh, which is this light blue colour, and we get a material, which is this green colour. All these meshes you're bringing in, don't worry about the material because we're going to create our own. So with the wall mesh, we're going to make a new folder for our meshes. So I'm going to go right click and new folder. I call it meshes. I'm going to drag my wall mesh into my meshes folder and move here. And I'm going to set my colour to a new colour. I'm going to set it to the bright light blue for the meshes. We're going to make a new folder for our materials as well. Set colour, new colour, and we go for a green. Go into your meshes folder and you'll see our wall mesh. This wall mesh, if we open it up, you can see there's various options available to you in the wall mesh sort of analyzer. You can see the mesh here in its entirety. You can see the materials associated to it, as well as many other options that we're not going to cover in this video. For now we can just close this. But before we do, take note of the approximate size. I have made this 300 units wide and high. That's important to keep in mind. Now, the process we're going to be using is a modular level design. And what that means is we're making the level out of bits and pieces to create a full picture, much like how Lego works in real life. So if you drag your wall mesh out onto the field, we want to make sure it's nice and tucked into a corner to begin with, like so. Then we're going to go to our snap settings and change it from 10 to 100. Now we're going to duplicate this wall and move it along 300 spaces. Because the wall is 300 wide, we can want to make sure we snap it across evenly. To duplicate, we hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and you can move with the directional gizmo, sorry, and create a new mesh. Now a simpler way of making it work for you is if you hold down Shift and Alt, it will actually slide the camera along with it. So move it along 3 spaces, which equals 300. Let go of Shift and Alt and do it again. Let go, push, and you'll keep doing this until we fill up the whole width of our playfield. And it should match up perfect. With that now done, we're going to select all 10 of these. So click on the first one, hold down Control, and select all 10 of our wall pieces. We're now going to duplicate this across the whole entire map. So all at once, hold down Alt and Shift and move it along again 3 notches. 1, 2, 3. Let go of your Shift and Alt and do it again. Keep doing this until you fill up the whole map. Like so. The last one will hang over the edge a little bit. That's because the wall has some thickness to it. But as long as there's no gap, we're totally fine. So now we've got it going one way, we're now going to make it go the other way. So with all 10 still selected, hold down Control and select, sorry, not Control, go into your outliner, click on the first one, and then scroll right to the bottom and shift click the end one. And that should select all your wall meshes. With all your wall meshes selected currently, we're going to now rotate it and hold down the Alt key, and that will duplicate them, and we'll rotate 90 degrees. We're now going to have to position these so they're overlapping in a grid-like fashion. So make sure nothing is overhanging, so this has got to move 20 that way, and just go around and make sure so I'm overhanging here. So I want to bring that across like so. Check all your corners, make sure nothing is broken. Okay, it's not looking too bad. I think we need to move it one more over. See what that looks like. Okay, that's looking kind of spot on, I think. We're mostly looking for make sure there's no gaps or overhangs around the edges here. Okay, good. Right, we'll leave it like that. Okay, so now we've got a grid for our maze. We now need to set up the start and end points. So the start position is going to be this corner here, and my end point is going to be the opposite corner over here. So what I'm going to do is first of all move the player character into the right position, to my start position, and position them in this grid. Turn around the face the right way. And now I'm going to go through and remove walls by selecting them and deleting them to create the level. Like so. And we'll keep going until you've got no more grid-like behaviour in your level. I'm going to fast forward. Meanwhile, you crack on and delete the various walls for your level. Okay, so once you've removed all those walls, you should now have a whole level of a maze. So here we'll have obvious little gaps that we need to fill up, but we'll do that in the next part. So to recap, in this part we managed to create and import our static meshes to create our level. And we'll now move on to adding the gaps in between our various options here. Okay. And there we have our completed maze. And that'll do for this part. Join us in the second part of chapter 2, where we'll be adding other meshes to hide these seams between our wall pieces. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you like what I do and you want to see more content before anyone else, please consider supporting me for at least $1 over on patreon.com/Ryan Laley. For just $1, you can get access to all these videos early before anyone else, sometimes well ahead of anyone else. And I'll take this moment to say a big thank you for all my supporters so far in supporting me in making this channel content. Wouldn't be doing this without you guys, so a big thank you to all of you. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.